Atlanta lost 5 of 6 this week. Ronald Acuña Jr. went on the injured list with a hamstring injury, and Spencer Strider went on the injured list with elbow inflammation. The best team in baseball just had the worst week, and that's where we start. The standings don't lie, and the box scores don't either. I'm Pete Dwyer. This is the division line from the Baseball Nerd. 6 divisions, 30 teams, in one weekly breakdown of what the numbers actually say. Atlanta still leads all of baseball at 46-25, but the Dodgers are right behind, and Milwaukee is close by. The National League is where the best baseball is being played, but Atlanta had a week that should concern everyone in that clubhouse. As we go on to the division leaders, in the American League East, the Yankees are 43-27, one game up on Tampa Bay. The Yankees had a great week. They went 5-1. They swept Cleveland and then took 2 of 3 from Toronto. Without Aaron Judge, this team went on a run, and the American League East just flipped. In the American League Central Division, the upstart Chicago White Sox are 38-32. They're tied with Cleveland, but they lead on winning percentage. For the week, the White Sox went 4-2. They surprised Atlanta and took 2 of 3. And then they took 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. Nobody saw this one coming. In the American League West, the Seattle Mariners are 37-36, one up on the A's. For the week, the Mariners went 3-4. They split 4 with Baltimore and then dropped 2 of 3 to Washington. Their lead is thin. As we head back to the National League East, the Braves are 46-25. They're 8 games up on the Phillies, but they had a bad week, getting swept by the White Sox, and then they dropped 2 of 3 to the Mets. Acuña and Strider are both down. Their cushion is the only thing saving them right now. In the National League Central, the Milwaukee Brewers are 43-26, 5 games up on St. Louis. The Brewers split the week, going 3-3. They dropped 2 of 3 to the A's, and then took 2 of 3 from Philly. In the National League West, the Dodgers continue their cruise. They're at 45-27, 7 games up on San Diego. But the Dodgers also split the week. They went 3-3, took 2 of 3 from the Pirates, but then dropped 2 of 3 to the White Sox. As we head into the wild card picture, in the American League, the Tampa Bay Rays and the Cleveland Guardians are in. The A's and the Rangers are tied on the cut line, and the Blue Jays are 1.5 games out. Looking at the National League, the Cardinals and the Phillies are in. The Padres are on the cut line. The Nationals and the Cubs, just 1 game out. This is the Baseball Nerd, where we talk about the spark scores and the fade scores. The spark scores don't change a whole lot this week. And in the top 3, James Wood is number 1. His spark score is 89.9. In 326 plate appearances this season, he has a weighted runs created plus score of 163. He has a hard hit rate of 58.6%. The Washington Nationals are in the National League wild card picture because of James Wood. Number 2 is Nick Kurtz from the Athletics. His spark score is 85. In 311 plate appearances this season, his hard hit rate is 57.4%. The A's might have dropped 2 of 3 to Milwaukee, but Kurtz keeps producing. A new entry to the top 3 this week is Jacob Misiorowski. After throwing a Maddox and a 105-mile-an-hour pitch, his spark score has jumped to 95.8. In 87 innings, he has thrown to a strikeout rate of 39.8% and a 6.7% walk rate. Nobody's walking on Jacob Misiorowski. He has the best pitching score in the entire leaderboard, and he is suppressing contact better than anybody else in the National League. Milwaukee has a legitimate ace. As we go to the fade scores, we have a new entry. Number 1 is Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks. His fade score is 61.2. In 64 innings of work, he's only struck out 13.5% of batters facing him. His expected ERA is 7.14. The Diamondbacks are in the National League wildcard picture, and their starter is a liability, and the peripherals are a disaster. Jeff McNeil remains in the leaderboard with a fade score of 62.4. His weighted runs created plus score is only 70. His barrel rate is 1.1%. He's sharing a roster with Nick Kurtz. The contrast is stark. To round out the top 3, another new entry, Jose Altuve from the Astros. His fade score is 48.6. He's only had 210 plate appearances this season. His weighted runs created plus score is 92. He just came back off the IL, but the underlying numbers suggest he wasn't right before he went on it. And now the prospect of the week, Bryce Eldridge from the San Francisco Giants. His spark score is 61.8. He's only 21. In 7 games this week, he went 10 for 25. He hit 3 home runs, drove in 8 runs, collected 6 walks, and only struck out 3 times. The plate discipline at age 21 is the standout number. He's a 6'7" designated hitter who just put up one of the best prospect weeks of the season. As we hit on to injuries, it's been a rough week. Like we said, Acuña and Strider from the Braves are gone for a while. Acuña's on a strained left hamstring. Spencer Strider, right elbow inflammation. Neither one of those are good. Atlanta's 9-game lead is the only thing keeping this from being a crisis. The injury bug hit Cleveland. Jose Ramirez out with a hamate fracture. Cleveland is tied for the AL Central. They just lost their best hitter. Hands seem to be the theme of the week, with O'Neal Cruz from the Pirates hitting the 10-day IL with left hand fracture. The Pirates are 1 game out of the National League wild card race. Brent Rooker from the A's, 10-day injured list on a bone bruise on his left knee. J.P. Crawford from the Mariners, again, another right hand contusion. He's on the 10-day IL. Adolis Garcia from the Phillies, 60-day injured list on a right lat tear. Trying to throw someone out at home, separated his right lat. Was not a good scene. Phillies are in the National League wild card hunt, and Adolis Garcia's absence in the field could cause problems. Jameson Taillon from the Cubs is on the 15-day IL with a left hamstring injury. The Cubbies, with 1 game out of the National League wild card, can't afford to lose anybody. Couple returns to talk about. Dylan Cease is back for Toronto. That's going to make a difference. Max Scherzer, also activated for Toronto. The big one of the week is Tarek Skubal coming back for Detroit. 38 days after he had elbow surgery, he's back on the mound. He got rocked, but it's good to have him back. Craig Kimbrell is back again, and he's in Tampa Bay. The games to watch this week, number 1, the Rays at the Dodgers, and it starts on Sunday. They're 2 of the best records in baseball. They're different leagues, and it's always good baseball. Tampa Bay right now is the American League wild card leader, and the Dodgers are pulling away in the West. The records are going to look very different after this series. Starting tonight, the White Sox visit the Yankees. The American League East leader is hosting the team that just beat Atlanta and the Dodgers back-to-back. This could be the series of the week. At number 3, the Brewers and the Braves start on Thursday. Milwaukee's leading, Atlanta's leading, and without Acuña and Strider, the Braves have to show that they're still the best team in baseball. This is where it's going to start. That's The Line. New episodes drop every Monday morning. Like, follow, and share. Subscribe to The Baseball Nerd on Substack. Game recaps, standings, and box scores are always live at thebaseballnerd.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on Monday.